Good morning. Good morning. Please remain standing and join in the singing of America the Beautiful, led by Dr. Carrie Ginger.
Beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty, above the fruited plain. America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
Thank you, Dr. Ginger. You may be seated. Welcome. Welcome to the April 2016 commencement at Fort Lewis College. We are very pleased that you chose to join us as we honor this fine group of students who are earning their degrees and completing this term. I am Barbara Morris, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. I would like at this time to introduce members of the platform party. Please stand as you are introduced, and the audience should withhold its applause until all introductions are completed. Representing the Board of Trustees at Fort Lewis College, Mr. John Wells, Mr. Ernest House, Jr., Dr. Justin McBrayer, Faculty Representative, Ms. Lindley Gallegos, Student Representative and President of the Student Body. Our commencement speaker, the Honorable Joe Garcia, Lieutenant Governor, State of Colorado. Members of the Fort Lewis College Administration, Dr. Dean Thomas, President, Mr. Steve Schwartz, Vice President for Finance and Administration, Dr. Glenna Sexton, Vice President for Student Affairs, Dr. Ken Pepion, Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Maureen Brandon, Dean, School of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Paul McGurr, Interim Dean, School of Business Administration. Other members, Dr. Dugald Owen, President, Faculty Senate, Dr. Marcy Young, Presenter of the Invocation, and Ms. Julie Levy-Duvall, Fort Lewis College Alumni Relations. You may be seated. Let me recognize some important community members who are with us today. Ms. Julie Westendorf, La Plata County Commissioner, Mr. Dan Snowberger, Superintendent, 9R School District, Mr. John Anderson, Commissioner, Colorado Commission on Higher Education, Chairman Clement Frost, Southern Ute Indian Tribe, Chairman Manuel Hart and Marie, Ute Mountain Ute Indian Tribe, Colorado Representative J. Paul Brown. Thank you. Many individuals and groups give much time and effort in making events like these run smoothly and successfully. I would like to thank some of those who deserve special recognition today. Mr. Mark Huber and the staff of Physical Plant Services, the members of the West Pipe and Drums, Professor Mark Walters, and members of the Fort Lewis College Symphonic Band, staff of the Registrar's Office, Student Affairs Office, President's Office, and the Office of Finance and Administration, and staff from the Fort Lewis College Leadership Center. And a special thank you to Diane Jenkins for providing interpretive services. Please join me in thanking all these distinguished individuals. I am pleased to introduce Dr. Marcy Young, who will provide the commencement invocation.
Good morning, graduates. I sort of off script. I sort of wish I had a Tubman for every smile out there. I'd give it back to Fort Lewis College, of course. A Fighter, Peacemaker, written by former Fort Lewis College President Dr. Joel Jones. According to my mom, I was born a fighter, breech and blue, ass backwards and struggling to breathe, scared and probably scarred the daylights out of her. And her father-in-law, an old country doctor who delivered over 1,060 babies and was not going to lose this one. He was the fighter, I think, kept breathing in my mouth, often helping me find a way out. Kept breathing, kept pumping, kept moaning, come on, don't give up. And he'd breathe, and I'd breathe through him, by him, with him, and then she said, finally, after 15 minutes, breathing without him and for her. Breech and blue, ass backwards and struggling, every now and then, I still feel that way. Think about those times, graduates, that you had to reach deep to arrive at this day. You reached deep to go another day, another semester. You borrowed inspiration from a friend. You accepted encouragement from a professor. You reached out for help, and today, you breathe. You breathe on your own, and you say, I did it. I am a college graduate. Together, let us acknowledge these gifts in a sincere moment of invocation. May we all find joy in the celebration and success of each one of these graduates who gratefully breathe a sigh of relief. May we each accept the fighter peacemaker that resides within us and use it to make a difference in someone's world. May we all be willing to receive when we struggle to breathe on our own. And finally, may we each know that with every experience of breech and blue, an opportunity awaits. And like it was for our past president, it just might be another miracle. So be it. Good luck, graduates.
Congratulations, graduates. I know you're thinking today a little bit about how far you've come in the 4 or 5 years that you have been here, getting ready for this moment. I want to talk to you for just a moment about how far Fort Lewis College has come in the last 60 years. In 1956, 60 years ago, Fort Lewis A&M moved from Hesperus to Durango. That school would grow and evolve into what we now know as Fort Lewis College. And if you could look back that 60 years to the beginnings of the college we now know and love, I think you'd be amazed at how far the college has come. The president of Fort Lewis A&M was a man named Charles Dale Ray. He's the one the clock tower is named for, and you've walked by that 1,000 times. What President Ray is most remembered for is leading the effort to move Fort Lewis to Durango, something that was resisted by many at the time. He did it because he knew Fort Lewis was struggling in the remote Hesperus, and he had a vision of what Fort Lewis could become in the small but growing and dynamic town of Durango. When President Ray became president in 1949, old Fort Lewis was coming down from its highest enrollment ever, 235 students. We were not an independent institution. We were part of the Colorado State University system, then called Colorado A&M. In the early 1950s, the Colorado legislature created a committee that looked at Little Fort Lewis and recommended that the school be closed down. We all know that J. Paul Brown would not have let that happen had he been in there at that time. President Ray, though, saw the handwriting on the wall. Enrollment was dropping, now below 200 students, the buildings were falling apart, and the costs of operating were skyrocketing. President Ray knew he had to make the move to Durango. Ray told students, Durangoans, and others that the institution could not survive if we didn't move. And that broke the controversy wide open. What a fight it was. Some of the people living around Old Fort Lewis and Hesperus didn't want it to move. And some in Durango thought the college would ruin the town. President Ray persisted and eventually won, and Fort Lewis became the college on the hill, or the campus in the sky. During those early years, during those early years, campus consisted of a water tower, what would become Burnt Hall, 3 dorms, a fine arts building, a student center, the president's home, the football field, the chapel, and lots of mud. A difficult transition, but from that tiny start came a school serving nearly 4,000 with close to 30,000 alumni. From a junior college to a 4-year college with a master's degree program and another in the works. From the Aggies to the Raiders to the Skyhawks, from a part of the Colorado state system to a proud independent institution, from a rural school to a college with one of the most diverse student bodies anywhere, from a school of mostly men to a school of about 50-50, from an institution serving the 4 corners to a college with students from 46 or 47 states and 22 countries, from Fort Lewis A&M to Fort Lewis College. You can see how far Fort Lewis has come. And I know, too, how far you have come. I think if you stop very long, you'll be amazed at how far you have come. You've been challenged, perhaps even to where you thought you weren't going to make it, but you have. You persevered. You worked hard, you succeeded, and here you are. Your Fort Lewis College family is very proud of you, but I suspect not quite as proud as your family and friends who are joining us today. Would you please stand, graduates? We want to show you how proud we are of you. Now, look around at those who have applauded you. You are surrounded by people who care about you and your future. These people are pleased for you, They have taught you, they have given you their moral support, they have given you life. All those people who have helped you come this far. Now it is your turn, graduates, to applaud them. You may be seated. Congratulations, graduates. May you continue developing and growing and changing, forging your own trail with excitement and integrity. Thank you.
Thank you, President Thomas. I'm John Wells, and on behalf of the entire Board of Trustees, we want to wish you the best and congratulate the class of 2016. President Thomas, though, I do think that there's some members of the community on 3rd Avenue that after tonight's celebration would wish the campus was still at Hesperus. What do you guys think, huh? What I wanted to share with you is something you don't realize yet. You know where you went to college, you know you're graduating, but what we want to share with you is that some of us on this platform have experienced here at Fort Lewis College in our past. Could be 5 years, could be 10 years, it could be longer than that. But the reality is the Liberal Arts Education Foundation is the strongest foundation for higher education and achievement and excellence that you can receive. Here at Fort Lewis College, thank you. And a big reason for that is because of who you're flanked by on your right and left. These fine professors that spent time with you individually, taught and trained you, and shepherded you on your way. I think in a few years you'll realize what an excellent education Fort Lewis provided because of the Liberal Arts Foundation. Again, congratulations. Welcome to alumni in about 30 minutes. And have a great day.
Good morning, graduates. What a great day. It's good to see all of you here. I'm Dugald Owen, President of the Faculty Senate. I speak for all the faculty in saying that we have been privileged to work with you over these last 4 years. Earning your bachelor's degree is an achievement to be proud of. Your degree commemorates the transition from being a borrower to being a donor. On the back of your diploma, you'll find conveniently printed a form for your first contribution to Fort Lewis College. So, just put it in the envelope that you receive from President Thomas as you walk across the stage later today. 20 bucks. Okay, good. All your effort was worth it, and here's why. What do you need as you graduate from college and contemplate a wide open future? You need knowledge, empathy for others, and a rich imagination of possibilities for your life. Knowledge, empathy, and imagination. That is exactly what a liberal arts education provides. The sciences are the best source of knowledge about the world. The humanities, along with the social sciences, give us entry into the lives of others, enabling us to sympathize both with our neighbors and those in distant lands. And the arts and humanities enrich our imaginations. They supply the stories, images, metaphors that reveal new meanings and reveal new directions for us to explore. You've had courses in all of these areas, the arts, humanities, and sciences. Now, it might occur to you that you should keep that donation that you might have sent to Fort Lewis College and use it to set off on your own exploration. You see, that training in critical thinking that you also had is paying off well. I hope you use the education that you've received to think deeply about the world, to challenge the values and practices of your teachers, and to find ways to make the world an even better place for yourself and for others. If you do so, you will have lived up to the highest ideal of the liberal arts. You are so cool. Congratulations.
My name is Lindley Gallegos, and I'm a senior here and the student body president. So, on behalf of our class, thank you so much to our amazing families, friends, mentors, and professors that have helped us through the finish line. You guys are awesome. But you all really should know that as graduating seniors, probably the most annoying question is, what are you going to do after you graduate? It seems to me that most of my fellow seniors have a scripted answer. To our professors, we're going to grad school. To our peers, we're taking a year off. To our grandparents, we're pursuing a job in our field. And to our mom, we tell her we're terrified because truly we have no idea. The funny thing, though, about telling people what you're going to do is if you say it enough, people start to believe you. And I want to encourage you this morning to speak your dreams into reality. This time it's a little different because you're not moving out of your parents' home for the first time. You might be moving back in. And you aren't free at last. You are literally free. Free to do whatever it is you want to do, and that's the scariest feeling. The feeling that you have no idea what lies up ahead. And there's only one comforting thought, and that's that all of your friends are experiencing it too. I hope it's comforting to know that when we got here, we didn't know anyone, and we started from nothing, and now we get to start all over again. By some crazy sequence of events, all of us ended up here today. Out of all the schools in the nation, Fort Lewis College. In this crowd, maybe you found your best friend, your biggest supporters, a teammate, a shoulder to cry on, or a family. I have. I hope that these last 4 or 5 years have been the best years of your life, but just consider all the change that's happened over the last 4 years. So I want you to imagine what's going to happen over the next 4 or the next 44. My wish is that you tell the world what you want to be, not what you're actually doing. And so the next time that someone asks you what you're going to do after you graduate, spill your heart. Tell them your highest aspiration and dream out loud. We get to create whatever we want with these next 4 years. As I've been walking around campus these last 2 weeks, I've been thinking about only 2 things, and one, the freshmen look so young. I just don't ever remember looking like that, or you all. And 2, how much I'm gonna miss this place when I'm gone. This is a really special class. I know and love so many of you, and I know how much you have to share with the world. So keep telling the world who you're gonna be. It's been an honor to serve you. Let this be the class that speaks their dreams into reality.
Lieutenant Governor Joe Garcia was elected alongside Governor John Hickenlooper in 2010 and has served Colorado and higher education ever since. Today, we are honored to have him in what I believe is his final official act as Lieutenant Governor. He will then go on to be president of the Western Interstate Commission on Higher Education. Lieutenant Governor Garcia earned his Juris Doctorate from Harvard and later became the first Hispanic partner in the law firm of Holm, Roberts, and Owen. He has enjoyed a productive career in public service. He has served as Executive Director of the Colorado Department of Regulatory Agencies, as the Rocky Mountain State's representative for the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and he has led the Colorado Housing and Finance Authority. Along with his duties as Lieutenant Governor, he has also been the Executive Director of the Colorado Department of Higher Education and oversaw the Colorado Commission on Indian Affairs. He knows and cares deeply about higher education, Having previously served as president of Pikes Peak Community College and Colorado State University Pueblo, we Skyhawks know the CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves well from the great sports rivalry that we've enjoyed over the years. It is my pleasure to give you my friend, Joe Garcia.
Well, thank you, President Thomas, for that kind introduction, and thank you mostly for the invitation to be here to speak to all of you. You know, I'm so excited because this, she knows, is the school I wish I had attended. I just didn't know about it at the time I wanted to go to school, but I've told that story to President Thomas so many times. She sort of, as a consolation prize for me, said, well, you can come back and speak to our graduates. And I have a lot of friends in this room. I want to mention, well, first, the platform party and the incredible speakers, Dugald and Lindley and John. And then in the audience, when I look over and see Chairman Hart and Chairman Frost and Representative J. Paul Brown, folks I've worked with very closely over the last several years, thank you guys for being here today. Now, first, I got to lose this thing. Man, this thing makes me crazy. So let me start by sharing a personal note. I really did want to come here, and when I couldn't, I did what a lot of parents try to do, which is live vicariously through my kids. So I had my youngest son come here. I convinced him that he, like me, loved the mountains, he loved mountain biking, he loved snowboarding, and that this would be the perfect school for him. And it was perfect for those things, but unfortunately, I don't think he went to class very much. So after 1 year, he ended up having to transfer and start again somewhere else at a school with fewer, let's say, fewer distractions. And ultimately, he did graduate. That's the good ending to this story. But all of you are special because you had the discipline, the fortitude, the perseverance, and the ability to stick it out. And all of you are now proud graduates. What a great day to be a Skyhawk, right? Yeah. But what's next? What's the payoff for all of you? You've worked so hard. You've done so much over the last 4.5, 5.5, however many years. But what's the payoff now? Well, you know, since I work in higher education, I get asked all the time, what's the value? Why go to college? And, you know, there's the simple answers. We know that the median earnings for a person with a bachelor's degree as compared to a high school diploma, that they're going to be 74% higher over your lifetime. And we know that's a number that grows every year. 20 years ago, that higher ed premium was about 35%. Now it's doubled, and it grows every year. And in Colorado, we know that the unemployment rate for graduates is much lower. It's less than half of the unemployment rate for people with only a high school diploma. But that's not to say that there's guarantees. You know, there's no guarantees of any particular job or that you're going to make any particular amount of money. You're all adults. You know there aren't guarantees in life for anything. But we do know that the likelihood that you will both earn more, but more importantly, live a better life, is those chances are much greater because you've completed this degree. And then we can't fall into the trap. I think Dougal will be the first one to say this. We can't measure the value of a college education by the job you get or the money you earn after graduation. Rather, we must measure its value by the way you live your life, by the way you view and confront life's both its wonders and its challenges, and the way you contribute to your community, the way you raise your own family. Those are the true values of a meaningful, high-quality liberal arts education. That's not to say that a job isn't important. I know you all want to get a job. I know I want you to get a job, and I know that your parents sure as hell want you to get a job. But there are other challenges that we face, and those are the challenges I want your help in addressing. Now, Bobby Kennedy once, when he was speaking to a group of students, younger than you, in South Africa, who were protesting for the right to get what you have, a high-quality education, he said to them in encouragement, quote, "The world demands the qualities of youth, not a time of life, but a state of mind, a temper of the will, a quality of the imagination, a predominance of courage over timidity, of the appetite for adventure over the love of ease, end quote. Now those qualities of youth, again, not a time of life, but a state of mind, are what matter and what you must fight vigilantly to protect for the rest of your life. There's no reason that as you age, you should lose those qualities. Because it is the young in spirit who also have a quality education so that they can understand the world and how best to address the challenges. They are the ones, you are the ones with that boldness of vision, that fearlessness of spirit to make your lives, but more importantly, the lives of people around you, that much better. But of course, as you're sitting there, it's hard to focus on those grand thoughts, those big ideas, when you're most concerned about what's next month, what's next year. Will you be striking out on your own and starting a career that excites you? Or will you be, as Lindley hinted, returning to the bedroom in your parents' basement? You know, I, believe it or not, can share some of that feeling because I am, as President Thomas told you, going through a transition myself. Technically, as soon as this ceremony is over, I am unemployed. But unlike you, some of you, I know exactly what's next, and I know that going home to a bedroom in my parents' basement isn't part of the equation, thankfully. But for some of you, let me tell you this story. I'll be quick. When I graduated from college, I didn't know what I was going to be doing, and I ended up back in my old bedroom in my parents' house with a bachelor's degree in my hand. It's not what I envisioned. It's certainly not what they envisioned, but I promised I would be out every single day looking for work. And the good news is that I found work. I got a job right away. Not right away, but soon enough. But the bad news is that the job I got was the same job I had before I had left for college. I was a truck driver. I was a truck driver when I was still in high school. I was a truck driver every summer while I was in college. And I was a truck driver with a bachelor's degree when I graduated. And in fact, the job wasn't even as good as the one I'd had because before I'd been working for Mayflower Van Lines, but I graduated in the winter, those jobs weren't available, and I became a trash truck driver. So I drove garbage trucks in Washington, D.C., getting up at 4 in the morning, fighting the cold, and most importantly, fighting those rats up and down the alleys. And I knew that being a truck driver, or at least a garbage truck driver, wasn't going to be my future. So I thought about what else I could do, and I applied. I applied to first Mayflower Van Lines Interstate School in Indianapolis, Indiana, where the company was headquartered. But because I had been excited in college about civil rights issues and about the understanding that too many people in our country, because of where they're born or what their last name or their skin color or the language they speak at home, they did not have full and fair access to the American dream that we all imagine. So I decided I wanted to work in public service if that was possible. So I applied to law school, but I'd never known a lawyer. I didn't know any lawyers at the time. I didn't know anything about law school, so I applied to the only one I'd heard of on TV and in the movies, not knowing that it's not exactly automatic that you get in to Harvard Law School. But I applied, and I applied for Mayflower School, and months later, within the same week, I got 2 pieces of mail. One was from Mayflower saying, "Congratulations, you're welcome to come to Indianapolis. The school program is 3 weeks long, and we pay all expenses." But I also got a letter from Harvard Law School saying, "Congratulations, you're welcome to come to Harvard Law School. It's going to take 3 years, and it's going to cost you more money than you can imagine." Well, my father voted for the Mayflower School. He wanted me out of that basement sooner. But even my friends down at the truck yard, other truck drivers said, "You've got this rare opportunity, pursue it. Even if you don't know if you're going to be good at it. Even if you don't know if you can cut it, but pursue it." And I did. And my life, as a result, has been unimaginably different. I've had the opportunity to do a lot of things just because I was open to opportunity and I got that education. So it may sound, well, first, let me say, I'm not by that story trying to encourage you, God forbid, to go to law school. That's not the answer for everybody. But I want you to be open to possibilities. Possibilities you haven't thought about, that you may not imagine right now. Because no job that you take, no decision you make now or over the next year or the next 5 years is going to be permanent. What will be permanent and lasting is the approach to life for which your education has prepared you, the way you think about the challenges and opportunities before you. Now, I don't want to go on too long, and I'll try to end quickly, but there are several things I wanted to say, wanted to address, so I'll leave them for you to think about. First, I'd like to address the fact that far too many people from low-income backgrounds or minority backgrounds never get the opportunity to attend or finish college. And that doesn't just hurt them, it hurts our nation. I want to address the fact that college costs are rising too quickly and that we are pricing college out of the reach of too many people. I want to talk about the fact that in 1970, individuals from high-income families were 6 times more likely to get a bachelor's degree from individuals from low-income backgrounds, 6 times more likely. And while as bad as that was, frankly, in 2013, the wealthy were 8 times more likely to earn a bachelor's degree than those from low-income backgrounds. So I'll leave it to all of you to ponder those persistent inequities and to consider whether our country can continue to thrive if we fail to close those gaps. Family wealth, let's be very clear, should not determine who has access to the very thing that opens the door to opportunity, a higher education. But today, looking at all of you, you give us hope. The Fort Lewis College class of 2016 gives us great confidence that we're gaining ground. Fort Lewis, after all, educates the largest percentage of Native American students in the state and graduates, more Native American graduates than any other college in the country. You must be proud of that. But Fort Lewis also graduates a lot of students who are first-generation college students, who come from low-income or working-class or middle-class families. That, again, will help change our nation. So, while college is not, as I said earlier, a guarantee of anything, but we do know that it is still the greatest equalizer and the most effective vehicle we have for class mobility. So you have to do your part, though. You've already done a lot to get here, but now going forward, if you want to make your lives better and richer and more satisfying, you have to keep moving forward. You have to pick yourselves up when you fall down. If one thing doesn't work, try another. And remember that education can't end today. Education must be a lifelong pursuit. Every day we have the opportunity to discover more, not just about the world, but ourselves. And remember that we're on a journey, that we aren't ever truly finished, no matter how successful we may be, until we draw our last breath. Now, my personal hero, and I'll close with his words, is a gentleman who spent his lifetime fighting for the rights of people who in his country were legally diminished by law. The people in his country who were the indigenous people in his country, but who were subject to a rule of law that was imposed by a minority that came from elsewhere. That individual spent 37 years in prison for trying to change the system in his country. That individual, of course, is Nelson Mandela, who became an international symbol of courage, of justice, of what is right. And because he became an international symbol, pressure mounted, and he eventually was released from prison, and he went on to become president of the country that had imprisoned him. And in the final paragraph of his autobiography, he wrote this, and these are words for all of you to think about. I have walked that long road to freedom. I have tried not to falter. I have made missteps along the way, but I have discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one finds that there are many more hills to climb. So I've taken a moment to rest, to steal a view of the glorious vista that surrounds me, to look back on the distance I have come. But I can rest only for a moment, for with freedom comes responsibilities, and I dare not linger, for my long walk is not yet ended. Now, Skyhawks, graduates, your long walk is barely underway, so keep walking, keep climbing those great hills, and make your lives and our lives better. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Garcia, for those inspirational words. Each year, the Faculty Staff Awards Committee solicits nominations from the Fort Lewis College community and selects recipients for the highest honors the college bestows upon its employees. These awards will be presented officially at the Employee Recognition Reception on Monday afternoon. Those winners are Ms. Leslie Goldstein, recipient of the Alice Admire Outstanding Teaching Award; Dr. Katie Mousakis, recipient of the New Faculty Teaching Award; Ms. Janice Kosilniak, recipient of the Outstanding Staff Award; Dr. Ryan Holland, recipient of the Achievement Award; Ms. Susan Moss, recipient of the Rogers Peters Distinguished Professor Award; and Dr. Don Mulhern, recipient of the Featured Scholar Award. Would Ryan, Don, Katie, and Leslie please stand? Please join me in giving these winners a round of applause. All of the recipients of this year's awards are listed in the program with a biographical sketch of each. They represent the many fine and devoted college employees who make this a superb learning environment. Fort Lewis College faculty, please rise. Dr. Thomas, it is with great pleasure that I present to you, on behalf of the faculty, the graduating class of April 2016. Now, will the candidates for graduation please stand? These students have completed the requirements for graduation and have been certified by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees for Fort Lewis College for the following degrees: Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Sciences.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees for Fort Lewis College, and upon verification that you have successfully completed your prescribed course of studies, I confer upon each of you the appropriate degree with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Faculty and graduates, you may be seated.
Graduates of Fort Lewis College, congratulations. As your name is called, please come forward so that you may be greeted by President Thomas. Those graduating with institutional honors may be identified by their Fort Lewis College medallion on a blue and gold ribbon and gold mortarboard tassels. Honors graduates must have earned 60 hours in residence at Fort Lewis College and maintain the following grade point averages. For cum laude honors, a cumulative grade point average of 3.6 to 3.74 for all the work undertaken. For magna cum laude honors, the GPA is 3.75 to 3.89, and for summa cum laude, our highest honors, it is 3.9 to 4.0. The John F. Reed Honors Program graduates will also be recognized. The first two graduates to be recognized are the student marshals, who have been chosen because they have the highest cumulative GPAs of this class. Following them, those receiving the Bachelor of Science degree or the Bachelor of Arts degree will come forward for individual recognition in the order presented at the back of your commencement program. Please remain seated so that each graduate can receive the recognition they deserve.
Gracie Lynn Askelin, summa cum laude. Michael Marcus Glade, summa cum laude. Spencer Townsend Edsel. Amanda Caroline Finstad, magna cum laude. Rachel Grace Horton, magna cum laude. Kellen Eric Miller. Jasmine Muniz. David Glenn Pauley. Casey Ray. Eric Robert Shaw. Grayson Lee Swingle. Rebecca Kellen Wantuck. Chelsea Ray Beans Polk. Ashley Elizabeth Boyd. Riley Nicole Burchell. Juana Maria Castillo. Sienna Knight Gumbiner. Daniel Hampson. Marjorie Height. Ashley Mariah Kiernan. Adeline S. Mandeville. Desa Shawnee One Feather. Courtney Spears. Hallie Taylor Wright. Melissa Jean Benkert. Jenna Marie Kryzo. Robert Marks. Julia Marie Villani, magna cum laude. Kelsey Elizabeth Berg. Michael Crawford. Alexander Michael Dean. Delavai Denepakuk. Austin Dirksen. Kirsten Dunlop, cum laude. Scott Majors Greenler. Anthony Gunn. Natalie Shea Joe. Fallon Leah Kelly. Nicolette Page Klepfer. Clayton Spencer Queen. Matthew David McGuire, cum laude. Got it. Jessica Marie Millman. Madison Tress Morales. Ian Scott O'Brien. Margot Paces, cum laude. Lacey Christine Panado. Amy Elaine Pratt. Simone Haley Rudin. Kelsey Clarice Scott. Grace Ann Sheridan. Jonathan Elliott Tulson. Lucas Vecchio. Holly Wall, magna cum laude. Chelsea Faye Wilmer. Callie Ann Woodruff. Jacosa Yasinchuk. Darwin Baldwin. Sage Mailing Brinkman. Kelsey Charlie. Courtney Elise Cook. Fiona Drozda Samuels, magna cum laude. Madeline Burke Fusco Memovich. Austin Lee Primer. Giovanna Rose Rios. Andrew Iliff Smith. Melanie Allison Walker. Joseph Richard Wilbanks. Catherine Potter Dudley. Hope Archambault. Amelia Marie Cordell, summa cum laude. Caitlin Sarah Cox, magna cum laude. Mackenzie Lee Harper, summa cum laude. Davina D. John. Kara Emily Nair, summa cum laude. Andrea Florence Perez. Emily Rose Polster, summa cum laude. Julie Schwieger. Dominique Yvette Wilson, magna cum laude. Jared Richard Wilson, cum laude. Galveston Phil Begay. Pamela Mary Bogust. Justin Carrington Boren. Ryan Jesse Brooks. Lindsay June Chambly. Catherine Pauline Clark, cum laude. Samuel Emerson. Jake Allen Faust. Scott Michael Getz. Ethan Gilbert Classine. Joshua Gilbert Roybal. Ryan Seamus Royer. Cody Ryan Salcido. Cassandra Sini, cum laude. Carly Thomas Smoke. William Key Toledo. Kenneth Edward Tozer. Deanna Shanae Atkins. Christian Thomas Backroat. Madison Elise Carmen. Alexa Brooke Chance, cum laude. Shaquana Desiderio.
Do you know this number?
Yeah, I think so. Lindley Lorraine Gallegos. Shaquila Dawn Yazi, cum laude. Stephen Michael Gertson Rogers. Rachel Gersh. Jamari Griego. Shoshina Harvey. Nicholas David Hassinger. Mary Claire Huff. Haley Alexandra Knipple, cum laude. Hannah Lee Madera. Trevor Ogborn, cum laude. Stephanie Pena, cum laude. Elaine Baldwin Severson, magna cum laude. Carter Solomon, magna cum laude. Julia Grace Volsky. Emily Von Fay. Jamie Lauren Welburn, summa cum laude. Stella Rose Acquisto. Anna Amadan, cum laude, John F. Reed Honors. Maggie Devine Backroat, cum laude. Markel Ann Begay. Amador Seth Begay. Sierra Renee Durkee. Tori Day Ghazni. James Walter Haberer. Hamish David Henderson. Nicole Kendra Hunt. Duke Jackson. Jack Wilson Klim. Jody Shaniden Mike Bita. Jacob Thomas Mountfort. Colin Patrick O'Brien, magna cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Olbrich. Russell Panaza. John Tyler Pullman. Christopher Wade Rydener, cum laude. Samuel Dale Schnarch. Peter Stone. Lauren Traylor, cum laude. Seneca Woolman, cum laude. Augustino Villarreal. Ariel Arguello. Giannis Becker. Nicholas Andrew Begay. Keith Bender, cum laude. Cynthia Colleen Brown. Christopher Philip Carter. Sean Michael Clausen. Nicholas William Daly. Noah Patrick Dillon. Nicole Angeline Dome. Caitlin Espinoza. Casey Rebecca Farrell, summa cum laude. Alexandra Alicia Gilson. Sophia Gomez Villafane, magna cum laude. Michael Danger Hernholm. Gracie Therese Jager. Kelly Dawn Jones. Dakota Patrick Kay. Shawnee Duchesne Kessel. Casey Key Long. Joshua Anthony Mays. Troy William Meeker. Brooke Francis Millay, magna cum laude. Natalie Elaine Mitchell. Ellen Margaret Fearson. Thomas Gilbert Poole, summa cum laude. Kylie Reika. Holden Randall. Jess Robert Reed. Catherine Ann Ross. Bryn LeClaire Ryan. Craig Lyle Short, magna cum laude. Ryan James Standish. Mariah Jane Starbuck. Matthew Copeland Steffens. Stephanie Kathleen Tiemann, cum laude. Magali Torres. Do my best. Okay. Kualana Kelapini Walani Arroyo. Ethan Coppage. Cody West McGowan Ferrer. Dominic Lester Frank. Laura Lynn Fry. Laura Joy Healy. Elizabeth Anastasia Hedrick. Kyle Matthew Hill. Matthew Leslie Hughes. Matthew Lynn Jang. Miles Cameron Jewett. Rachel Aaron Kinney. Jacob Scott Lybrook. Joseph Andrew Mason, magna cum laude. Joshua Daniel Mudge, magna cum laude. Ryan Zoll Mullen. Adam Robert Parker. Kyle Conrad Poison. Derek Andrew Routh. Joshua Michael Spence. Daniel Brewer Sullivan. Emily Tochek. Richard Reed Trippy. Michael Scott Vandervert. Britton McDuffie Whidden. Peyton Heitzman. Melissa Miriam Hickenbotham, magna cum laude, John F. Reed Honors. Casey James Isaacson. Laura Claire Johnson, magna cum laude. Shireen Ohadi Hamadani. Erin Elizabeth Pierce. I got it. Georgiana Pongyesva. Dylan Randall Sadler. Tanya Ben. Bailey Alyn Carlson, summa cum laude. Erin Michelle Curry. Mary Elizabeth Gunther. Amanda Joy Holt. Larissa Mexican. Kathleen Patsy Powell. Scott Sherrill Raleigh, magna cum laude. Madison K. Smith. Wayne Thomas Yandel, cum laude. Jacob Allen Anderson, cum laude. Megan Chamberlain. Eric Lance Hall. Ian Robert Hensler. Remington Spencer Ketchum, magna cum laude. Gabriel Matthew Murray. Molly Ann Verde. Theodore Lewis Wecker, magna cum laude. Andrathea Baya. Lonnie Lee Bunis. Josie Marie Campbell. Rebecca Nicole Carmichael. Rebecca Emson. Johanna Lacey Maybach, summa cum laude. Ratana Lula Nays. Brianna Mary Pierce. Charday Paiocchi. Julia Sewell. Arthur J. Vitalis. Samuel Miles Schwartz, magna cum laude. Rick Levi Martinez.
President Thomas. This concludes today's recognition of graduates.
Bachelor degree candidates, you may now move your tassel from right to left. Congratulations.
Please remain calm and seated. Now that you have earned your recognition as a graduate and an alumnus of Fort Lewis College, let me introduce you to Miss Julie Levy-Duvall, representing the Fort Lewis College alumni.
All right. You guys made it. Congratulations. You have arrived through perseverance and curiosity. Our generation carries a heavy burden to heal the world's inequities, to tackle nuanced problems, and to nurture the commitment to a higher purpose. May you continue your personal journey with kindness and compassion. May you find your calling in the cross-section of what the world needs and where your personal interests lie. When I reflect on my journey since graduating more than 10 years ago, I am comforted to know that we are a Fort Lewis community of over 30,000 alum. This network carries the bond of shared experience. Whether the relationships you hold today grow deeper or spread in the wind of time, it is the relationships that you foster that will carry you farther than any achievement or failure. Nurturing this community is a virtue not to be overlooked. For those that came before us started weaving the thread that exists today to support and build our futures. This thread of our Fort Lewis shared experience creates a lasting bond that will run long after us. You are now both a part of it and a formative piece of continuing its fabric. The strength of this thread is upheld by our commitment to one another and to the institution. May you remember that you always have a home in Durango and a community in Fort Lewis. And now, graduates, please stand up. Family and friends, get those cameras ready. Please remove the tassel from your mortarboard. I wish you all the best of luck and kindness. Please be kind. The world is smaller than it seems. And on the count of 3, we're going to toss those mortarboards in the air. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations.
Would the audience please remain in the stands until after the recession? Thank you, Ms. Duvall. Please rise for the performance of the alma mater led by Dr. Carrie Ginger. The words and music may be found on page 20 of your program.
To you, Fort Lewis College, our alma mater dear, we sing of pride and honor, our thanks from far and near, our glorious tradition, community so true, with loyalty and service, we praise our love to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ginger. Again, will the audience please remain in the stands until after the recessional? A reception for the graduates, their families, friends, and faculty and staff will be held immediately following this ceremony in the Student Union Plaza across campus. Again, we ask that you remain in your seats until the faculty and the students have left the building so that the faculty may form a line and greet the graduates as they emerge. Thank you.